podcast, the thing that we started up way too late. Wanted to do this weeks ago. That's why I put stuff in my office. I'm Seth, if you don't know me. And if you do know me, hi. How are you doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm the one doing this. I decided to post my face on here. I'm not going to be looking at the camera much. So if you think that you're tired of seeing my face, which I don't know how you could be tired of seeing my face, but if you think that you are tired of seeing my face, make sure you let me know, and I'll just post the audios to these, and then my picture of me doing this, which would be great. But first, before we get into this, I just want to see how you're all doing. How are you doing? Are you doing well? Are you doing well enough that you can be in a good spot? These are crazy times, as we know. So far, for the next week and a half, we're not going to have service. Just wanting to check in. A lot of you don't have school. You're on an extended spring break, and some schools are even talking about extending that even beyond. How are you all doing? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. If you're not doing well, if you need something, if there's something urgent, please don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us, anyone that are your friends. But I'm just making sure that you're all doing okay, because it's a scary time. Can we be honest? It's scary. Maybe it's not scary in the sense of I'm frightened for my life, but it's anxiety ridden, I guess, for some people. Not sure what we're going to do next, not sure what's going to happen next, not sure what's the outcome of this is all going to be. So it's going to be a very interesting sort of time these next couple months, man. I've never experienced anything like this, but neither have you. And so we're all in this together. We're in, as I said on Instagram, we're in isolation together. Maybe that's what the name of this podcast should be. Welcome to Isolation Together. Yes, maybe. You let me know if you have an idea for what the name for this podcast should be. Right now, it's just Lakeland Youth Podcast. But if you have an idea, make sure you tweet with the hashtag Lakeland Youth Group. I'm going to put that right there. Lakeland Youth Group. Make sure you tweet it. And we can decide on the best one. So, for speaking of isolation together, we talked about having the challenge, the ISO with Jesus challenge, which is an hour with Jesus each day until the end of time, I feels like. But it's just trying to get you in a good spot where you can be with Jesus and have a good habit with that. And that's what we're shooting for, especially when we have, it seems like, all the time in the world right now to do that. And so I wanted to talk about, I haven't finished the hour yet. I've only actually done 20 minutes. But it was a really good 20 minutes so far. I'm finishing the rest later today. Sometimes you just can't segment it out when you have kids that want to burst through my door down here. They're sleeping right now, which is why it's so quiet. But my time with the challenge was really good, really refreshing. And all I did was I sat in silence for 15 minutes, and then I read for about 5. That's all I've done so far. And I needed those 15 minutes. I really did. I needed those 15 minutes just to sit and breathe. It was a really good time. Silence with the Lord and just saying that, like, you're here, I'm just sitting with you, is a really great time. If you've never tried it, this will be difficult. So I have been asked to have 30 minutes of silence with the Lord before I start work. And it's some of my best time of my day because it's just time to decompress and give the Lord your time. And that's what the silence is. It's just to be with Him. Don't need to ask for anything. Don't even really need to talk. You just are with Him. And that was really good. I really needed that because I haven't taken that in a couple days, to be honest. Because with this whole coronavirus thing happening, I haven't had the time, it felt like. And that's the perfect time to do that, because when you feel like you're overwhelmed, that's the time to anchor yourself back with the Lord. And so 15 minutes of my time was that. And then the other 5 minutes, I've been in Matthew. It feels like forever. It's like I'm not like one of those systematic readers. I read and I go here, here, here. I go back and forth. I think you're like that too. Are you like that? Let me know. Hashtag Lakeland Youth Group. Let me know. But I'm in Matthew 25. And then starting in verse 14, it's the parable of the talents. Now, talent in this context, with this word, is a sum of money. But this whole thing is just interesting. Like, we are given an opportunity right now. We are given something from the Lord, a chance to connect with people who are scared, a chance to connect with people who are hurting or unsure, and they need guidance and they need something. And we are given the opportunity to serve them, to help them, and to show Christ to them. So if I can just read part of this, just part, not all. To one he gave 5 talents. This is verse 15. And he's going like manager, and he called servants and entrusted them to his property. This is the ESV. Verse 15. To one he gave 5, to another 2, to another 1. Talents are good. A talent was a monetary unit, says my footnote, worth about 20 years' wages for a laborer. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So he's given 5, 2, and 1. He who had received the 5 talents went away and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. Made two more, and the one who got 1 hid his master's money in the ground. And then in verse 21, he comes back, verse 20, comes back, and the one who received 5 talents came forward, bringing the 5 more, saying, Master, you delivered me 5 talents. Here, I made 5 talents more. And he said, Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. Right now, we have the opportunity with our friends and family and others that don't know Christ and others that do know Christ. We have the opportunity to be Christ to these people, even if we're at a distance, because they're also in isolation, but we can be in isolation together as a community. And so when I read that, I thought, wow, we have as tragic as this has been, this is the opportunity to show Christ to people, to give a solid rock for people to stand on. And my question is to myself and to others, what have we been doing to help people during this time? This is a scary time. Can I say that? It's scary. If we're scared or if we're worried, then others are the same. And we have an opportunity. We've been given something to help with people, to help people. Now, are we going to take the opportunity and bury it? Or are we going to take the opportunity? Sorry, I had tacos. Are we going to take the opportunity and bury it? Or are we going to take the opportunity to be Christ to people that we know and people who are in contact with us? And that's kind of what I got from my time with ISO with Jesus. Because we can be in isolation, but we can be in isolation together. So how's it going for you, the challenge? Where are you reading? What are you reading? What are you feeling? Are you doing all right? How are you processing everything that's happening? What are you most worried about? What are you most excited about? What was given to you that you can use for the Lord? So start the conversation. We're going to throw this on Twitter. A conversation, hashtag Lakeland Youth Group. Just don't be in isolation alone. Be in isolation together. There's going to be times where you're going to be able to interact, do these things. Because it's nice working with people towards a common goal. Because even though we're not at church, we're still aiming to be a transforming community that finds deep joy in God and high value in all people. How can we? Someone went to that. See, I'm in my basement right now, and that's a pipe through my basement. You thought I would have thought of that before I decided to make that. But what are we doing? I'm not going to cut this. What are we doing to find high value in all people? What are we doing with the talent, the abilities that God has given us to impact his kingdom? I hope you're all doing well. Please let us know at hashtag Lakeland Youth Group. Also, if you don't want to see my face and you just want these to be audio, they will still be on YouTube because that's the easiest way to put these because I don't have my own website that pays for stuff. But let me know. It's easier for me just to make this audio, but some people like seeing my face and my mustache, especially my mustache. It's right there. Mustache March lives on. Hope you're all doing well. We'll see you Thursday.